Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, and I'm not one to be a news anchor. I'm not like with the camera with all the deets and stuff like that, but I have an opinion and I have some facts because I like to do my research.
Listen.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Fire here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, as promised, we're going to be talking about the Maui Wildfires.
This is sad.
It's been 2 months since the wildfires, and when you let things play out, slowly things come unveiled. You know what I mean? New information resurfaces. You have full scope of what happened. In this video, we are going to be talking about a little history of Lahaina because I love history and I was interested to see like what was so significant about this place. So we're going to do a little history about that city, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes is going to be tourism and numbers. Now, women lie, men lie, your grandma lie, everybody lie, but numbers don't. Everything in this video up until the conspiracy part is to the best of my research and is true, okay? It's true, there's no lies there. However, the conspiracy part, you know, you can pick and choose what you want, and it's just an opinion at the end of the day. Let's get into this video. I got my laptop with the script and the details so we're not missing out on anything. I got my water here, spring water at that. Maui wildfires, let's talk about it. In early August in 2023, a series of wildfires broke out in the island of Maui. The wind-driven fires prompted evacuations, caused widespread damage to the historic town of Lahaina. This disaster is said to be the deadliest wildfire in the U.S. in more than a century. Now, me personally, I don't think that's a true fact. I think for some people, they just copy and paste and put wherever, you know, just to make it more compelling. But it was just recently one in Tennessee, so I don't know. Like, debatable. An unknown number of people are still missing, as the authorities say they have covered 100% of the Lahaina disaster area. By the time this video has posted, it has been about 2 months since the wildfire. Even if the media coverage has subsided, be aware that there are still families in need. So if you feel it on your heart to donate,
send a donation. Just click where you see below and send a donation. That money is going to go to one of many residents who have been displaced in Maui.
It is a clean, direct from you directly to their hands, and right away with some real immediacy, because as we're finding, as you guys around the world know, with disasters like this, the number one need is money.
Is money
in hand.
It's very much appreciated. I know a lot of people had came to me, what the fuck? All my family's on Oahu, but people from the mainland that know me, they hit me up, send me a text, is your family okay? Because they see Hawaii and automatically assume that, you know, it's affecting me. I said no. I said thank you for checking up on me. However, here's the link. You can donate there. Okay, I still was redirecting people, even though my family in particular isn't affected by the wildfire. So greatly appreciated if you can. All that these families really want is resources and respect, and stop harassing them. Stop going to them trying to buy them out. Stop going to them asking them what happened and all that stuff. They're not worried about that. They're trying to get their next meal. Okay, so just, if you're gonna help, then help, and if you're not, then send a prayer. Prayer changes things, okay? Lahaina was once the capital of the Hawaiian kingdom before the unification. In 1795, the island was conquered by King Kamehameha I. The town was a favorite to kings and queens, whaling ships, and missionaries. In 1802, King Kamehameha built a brick palace, residences, and other royal buildings. Lahaina served as the capital of the Hawaiian government for over 15 years until permanently moving it to Honolulu for its harbor. In 1873, Sheriff William Owen Smith planted a 8-foot Indian banyan tree to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the first Protestant mission in Lahaina. It was also the site for King Kamehameha III's birthday in 1886 and a ceremony to mark Hawaii becoming a U.S. territory in 1898. These banyan trees covers the entire city block and stands over 60 feet tall, and it is one of the focal points in Lahaina. They have something similar at the Iolani Palace in Honolulu. If you go there and you get to like visit the palace, and you know, if you're into history like that, you see these big old banyan trees. And I went there when I was a kid in like third grade. When I would go home, I would revisit the place because I really was like infatuated by the structures and all of that stuff. They're lined up all outside of the Iolani Palace on one particular side, and it's so beautiful. The fires have reportedly damaged the old banyan tree over there in Maui, Lahaina Courthouse, the Baldwin Home Museum, Waiola'a Church, the kings and queens, they used to attend that church. And right next to it is the graveyard where still some of the royal people are buried. Okay, so Lahaina within itself is a community, a city where kings and queens have dwelled, where Native Hawaiians have protested, where whalers and just different walks of life, just so much meat of history there. The fact that it's been destroyed, the fact that it's been burnt down, kind of like makes it really, really tragic. Now that you know the backstory or the history on why Lahaina is so important to the natives, so important to the locals, and they hold so much significance, we can get into the meat and the potatoes. That is tourism and numbers. And like I said, women lie, men lie, your grandma lie, your auntie lie, but numbers don't. Maui and Oahu is two of the most lucrative islands of the Hawaiian archipelago. Maui is popular for its lush beaches and tropical landscapes, highly favored and bought out by celebrity billionaires, i.e. The Rock, i.e. Oprah, i.e. Jeff Bezos and all them, you know, okay, like very popular billionaires. And then you have Oahu that's popular because of the imports of goods and services, and all four major branches of the military occupying the island, and let's not forget commercialization. Okay, so now that we're on the same page, this is where you guys need to listen. And I'm going to read from this page because I want the numbers to be exact of what exactly I wrote up and researched. Who owns Oahu? The state of Hawaii owns nearly 94 acres. Then the U.S. government is the second largest landowner. Then the U.S. government is the second largest landowner at over 61,000 acres. And then Kamehameha Schools is the third largest third largest landowner at over 47,000 acres. And of course it trickles down, and you know, there's a list of other landowners and whatever, but those are the biggest three. Okay, who owns Maui? Keep in mind that Maui is way bigger than Oahu. I like to call it like a mini California. It does take some time to get from one point of the island to the other. I've been to Maui and it's so beautiful, so beautiful, so big. I didn't get to discover everything or explore everything there, but I had a really good time. I stayed out in Kihei, Maui. We went snorkeling and saw so much turtles. The food was great. The fish was bomb. Oh my gosh. Kihei is where the party happens. There's a long strip of bars where you can go get a drink, get drunk, whatever. And then the beach is like right across the street. Kihei is nothing like Waikiki, but you know, it's where people can go and have a little fun for the most part. The state of Hawaii owns over 154,000 acres. Alexander and Baldwin is the second largest landowner at over 65,000 acres, and the U.S. government is the third largest landowner at over 33,000 acres. We just talked about who owns how much of each island, right? Now we're going to get into the numbers for tourism. On the island of Maui, the visitors spending was $619.9 million in March 2023 compared to $458.8 million in March 2022. In Oahu, visitors spending was $2 billion in 2023, which was higher than $1.8 billion the previous year in June 2022. So those numbers, right? Those are some real nice numbers. There is so much people in Waikiki alone. Like, people are shoulder to shoulder in Waikiki at night. It's insane. I've never seen so much people in my life after COVID. Like, the surge just went higher. The ticket went up. Okay. With that being said, $2 billion. You made $2 billion this year? That was just in June 2023. It is what, October? It's about to be October. This number is probably higher. With those numbers said out loud, do you really think it was a natural disaster or a tactical phenomenon? I think it was tactical. I think it was very tactical. If the big three are bringing in those type of numbers all year, why not make more? That is the question. Why not make more? Why not? And Lahaina wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't cutting it. At the end of the day, I feel like all that historic and all that history and stuff like that, it's just not cutting it. We need another Waikiki. Everybody came together and was like, we need another Waikiki. We need another $2 billion in Maui. They burned it all down. Burned local businesses, burned local homes, only for investors to come and buy them out so that they can what? Build on it. If I'm not mistaken, all the imports are coming through Kahului Harbor. And if they're going to build a new Waikiki, they need Lahaina Harbor. And if it's too shallow, they're going to dredge it. They're going to dredge it out or dig it deeper or something like that. However, I don't know what that term is. But they're going to make a way for Lahaina Harbor to be the next, import, so that they can build what they want to build, another Waikiki. In my mind, this is what I'm thinking. This is not factual. This is, there's probably another layer. This is probably totally out of the league. That's just what I think. Now, we're going to get into what other people are saying, other people's conspiracy theories. And these were the ones that were just very, very interesting to me. Like, my Scorpio senses went like this. As soon as they were saying it and they were pointing out specific things, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I don't know, but we're gonna get into the videos, and then you guys can comment down below and let me know what you think in the process. But I'll be back after the videos play out.
Crying. Yeah, it's heavy right now. You should feel that heaviness because this was not a natural disaster. And I would like actually samples taken from the soil. You guys put the screen up. You won't let anyone see what's going on inside. But we know very well that you guys, as the third largest stakeholders, the state, do want that land and can take it when you deem it a natural disaster. And that is disgusting. And that is why I'm also here today, because someone needs to call that out. We wanted the samples right away. You guys stopped the people from going in. It's just awful.
Think of this as numbers for buildings, for money. What about the people? What about the families that have been destroyed by this fire? And for the record, I will say this. It was not a natural disaster. This emergency proclamation is a fall. And let me tell you why. Because all of the hearings you hear, all of the testimony you hear, all of the social media you hear, it connects the dots to what's happening in Lahaina. Lahaina was our first United Kingdom capital. Funny how all the common people were taken out in one fell swoop of a fire.
Hi, my name is Jessica Wertheim. I was born and raised in Haiku, Maui. I am a mother, and I am a child of this living, breathing earth. I do not consent to AI control. I do not consent to smart cities. And I 100% know with every fiber of my being that this was not a natural disaster. This was a planned attack. There are many, many I mean, it's a 1 + 1 + 1 = 3 equation. You cannot call me a conspiracy theorist for being a critical thinker. Did you know that the CIA, the corrupt CIA, invented the words conspiracy theorist as a way to gaslight people for speaking up on the truth? I am here to protect the Mother Earth, where I came from. I don't care that I was born in Maui, okay? This is about the living earth and the people with good hearts, okay? This is not about division. This is about unity, and this is about coming together and fighting for the rights of the people. Climate change does not exist. You guys are modifying our weather, okay?
Excuse me. Okay, I appreciate your comments again, I do, but we really need to stick to the items on the agenda. It is 11:10.
I don't care about your agenda. You know what? Your agenda can kiss my ass.
I have been trapped in Lahaina for the last 4 days. And I experienced firsthand what was going on there. What I went through is not important. I need to get this message out. This was not a natural disaster. This was a direct energy attack on the people and the place of Maui. If you know what lives there, what descendants live there, you know why. And you know why it happened on 8/8. And if this is not something that you believe, it's time to stop being a sheep. They came in and they took control. There were trees standing and the buildings gone. This system, this weather system, came in from the mountains, from the east. That does not happen. They were not telling people anything. They were not letting people in to help. And they were letting people go in to get burned alive. There were people burning alive in the streets. There were people dead in the water. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of people that died. What they're telling you in the news is not true, and I lived it firsthand.
People here, so maybe it's different for you because you just got here, huh? So it's not the same. It's not the same.
No comment.
You have to look up what photo.
No comment right now, guys.
No comment?
Yeah.
I'm talking to the chief, sir.
Yeah. I understand.
Why doesn't he want to speak to the people? Only to a camera.
We can give you a statement later.
No, we called up. We've been looking for him. I thought we were going to do Top Story Tuesdays all over the island. Cup of coffee. Haven't seen him. Been looking for him for a couple of years. What happened? Can you explain Pono to me again, sir, and Aloha? I'd love to hear it from you. Why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head, sir? You don't want to answer, huh? Okay.
We'll talk to you another time, guys.
Yeah, he won't talk to us another time. That's the thing. It's a very cowardly move.
No, it's stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The incident seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, it wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned?
What she fails to also mention is how the media hasn't even once interviewed a grieving parent. Not a single parent looking for their children. Not a single interview with a child. Not a single interview with the schools.
Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape? Think about this coincidence. That governor also signed an emergency proclamation on July 17th, 3 weeks before the fire, about housing of all things. Is it a coincidence that the government put up a black fence around Lahaina, or that the FAA grounded all drones from flying over the affected areas? Is it a coincidence that since at least 2011 there have been plans to make Maui the first smart city run by 100% renewable energy? And that it must be a coincidence then that the locals whose homes did not burn are now being evicted from their property. And of course, a total coincidence that all the fact checkers who are checking these facts, who say everything I just told you is just a coincidence, are also owned and run by BlackRock.
This is all alleged conspiracies and stuff like that, but that one took me all the way out. When I seen Oprah and The Rock all in the camera like this, you should donate. Donate now to help the Maui. It's just like, I was like, okay, you have a multimillionaire that is The Rock, and you have a billionaire, like a multi-billionaire that is Oprah, wanting my little $100. I'm shaking my cans, and you want my little change? Like, I didn't get that, but I am appreciative. We can all appreciate the fact that Oprah and The Rock have friends in high places that can donate, and they have so much influence that there are people that they can reach to still contribute, to still donate, and still help. And that is where I'm grateful for them speaking out. But for you to be begging for my dollar when when your net worth is through the roof, it's kind of like sketch. Nonetheless, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoy bringing awareness to it. If you haven't already, donate. I'm going to have resources down in the description if you feel it on your heart. And if you feel it on your heart, prayers changes everything too. So send up a quick prayer, another one, because God can move things faster than humans can. And I will see you guys in the next video.